news desk. This is 97.1. The Ticket.
Brought to you by Twin Peaks. 12 to 15 plays is about what we can expect from Lions starters on Friday, according to head coach Dan Campbell, as the team takes it easy leading up to the first exhibition game at Ford Field. Campbell did say that he's going to be paying very close attention to how the young guys play in an exhibition matchup.
It wouldn't certainly the people that put out the work day in, day out, you know who they are, you can't lose track of that. But yet, even those guys, if you do that every day, but then all of a sudden, every time the lights come on, those are red flags. And so you can't ignore those.
Campbell also sounding optimistic about injuries to TJ Hawkinson and Deshaun Hand. Tarek Skubal will take his turn on the bump this evening as the Tigers go for 2 wins in a row, taking on the Baltimore Orioles as the 7-game road trip continues. They'll have to move past that scary collision last night between Akil Baddoo and Derek Hill in the outfield as well. Both seem like they'll be okay, but will need time to recover. A 7:05 first pitch right here on 97.1 The Ticket. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Kosh and Anderson on 97.1 The Ticket.
What is your level of excitement for football right
It's getting higher by the second.
now? Yeah. I feel like
I'm at a scale of 1 to 10. I'm probably at an 8, 8.5.
Oddly, I have not been counting down days like I have in the past.
That's going to change real quick.
It probably will, but I have not been doing that. But with that said, it's coming, and it's coming quickly with the Lions playing on Friday. Michigan State are both practicing. Week 0, I think it's 3 weeks from this Saturday, which includes a Big Ten game, Nebraska and Illinois. I'm going to say something, and then I'm not even going to have to duck for cover. Nobody likes him. I like Brett Bielema, and he's debuting in Illinois, and I'm the only one. But Gator,
You are the one.
I am. With that said, I got Patrick Green, I got Brett Bielema on my resume.
Wow.
Yeah.
That just, let that sink in for a little bit.
Yeah, it makes me really question myself because I don't know anybody else that likes either one of those two.
I mean, I think Brett Bielema is a good coach. I just don't know if I like him.
Yeah. I think there's plenty to dislike about both of them. And they've, for whatever reason, they made a good first impression on me. Patrick Reed, it was all Ryder Cup stuff. So anyway, football's right around the corner. Let's not get sidetracked. So this was weird, man. I heard this on the morning show, and I cannot for the life of me figure out the context of why a former GM has just kind of gone off on the Lions, and specifically one aspect of the Lions, and that is Chris Spielman's role. Today we tried to figure out the context from the Michael Lombardi podcast. Michael Lombardi, the former Browns GM, he's worked with the Eagles, the Raiders, the Patriots. He was a general manager. He now does a podcast with Adnan Virk, the GM Shuffle. And I'm oftentimes intrigued in hearing what he has to say. And I think he can provide some insight as a guy who's, pulled the strings on an NFL team. And yet, I think this is kind of random. Now, this is a national podcast. And we're only going to play 3 cuts, but wasn't there 5 cuts? He talked for a long time about Chris Spielman's role with the Lions. I could kind of see us doing that. I could kind of see a local podcast doing that. I'm stunned that a national podcast spent that much time and effort in talking about Chris Spielman's role with the Lions. And I'm wondering, does Michael Lombardi know something he's not sharing? But here's we're going to play some of it for you. And it's about Spielman, the Lions, and his impact on the culture. And here's why he thinks it might be a problem.
People ask all the time, how do you know if you have a good culture? Like, how do you know if you have a really good culture? Well, there's examples of what what people are doing within your culture. And one of the ways you know you have a good culture is everybody knows what their job is. And Spielman's job is not to coach the team. Spielman's job is really not to interact with the players. Spielman's job is to basically be a conduit between himself, the front office, learn the game, understand the game, separate himself, become an executive. You can't be friends with the players. If you want to coach the players, get on the coaching staff.
Okay, I'll start with this. Apparently there was some video of him circulating. I haven't seen it. Talking with Derek Barnes, rookie linebacker out of Purdue. And I guess that's what's led to this. But I'm like, how does Michael Lombardi know what the Lions have asked Chris Spielman to do on a day-to-day basis?
Well, maybe he's asked Chris Spielman, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? I mean, Chris has talked about it. There have been stories about what his role is.
As much as it is kind of vague, and I don't...
It is vague.
It is kind of vague. I don't particularly care. I think Chris Spielman is a resource that has been brought in to be used whatever they want. However they want. Now, is he saying if Chris Spielman is asked to leave the field during practice, it's going to be a problem? I mean, I don't... You know, and it sounds like he doesn't want him... He wouldn't want him near the players. As a GM of a team, he wouldn't want somebody that wears a suit, you know, or near the players.
I can understand that. If you want to have that absolute separation from front office from coaching staff. I understand that part. But none of us really know exactly what Spielman's role is with the team. And I can understand from Chris's standpoint. I mean, he is a player. It's hard for him to probably stay away from that. And if he's got any words of wisdom to impart on a rookie linebacker in the league, I don't have any issue with that. This isn't like, you know what really pissed Lions fans off? If they saw Rod Wood doing this.
Yeah.
Like, that's the suit that you don't want to see. Not because it's Rod Wood, but because he is a suit. A former player, I think they have a little more license to go ahead and talk to a current player, if that's the case, even if they're in the front office. And, you know, part of Chris's role, from what I understand, is to find people that fit what their vision of this team is with that culture, from players to coaches and administrative staff. So this is weird, because I have no issue at all with Chris Spielman talking to a player. I have none.
All right, here is more from Michael Lombardi on why Chris Spielman, this is from the GM Shuffle podcast, why Chris Spielman's presence might be a problem.
What he is telling those players may be contradictory to what Aaron Glenn, the defense coordinator, wants to be teaching his players. There's no way any coach looked at that and said, oh, that's really good for the Lions. Now, fans think that's great. Fans think that's wonderful. Oh, look, Chris Spielman, he's so knowledgeable. He knows what he's doing. He's been a great player. Oh, God, he's really helping. No chance. No, that's not what he's supposed to be doing.
Okay, there's two things about that soundbite. First is he might be telling him something different than the coaches are. He might. But what are the odds of that? What are the odds that Chris Spielman is independently, without at any point talking to any of the rest of the coaches, and specifically the linebackers, about what they're hoping to get out of each linebacker? Sure, he might be. But Spielman's not like the kind of guy that strikes me that he's going to go all rogue and go start talking to players without having discussed it with position coaches first.
If that's the case, if Chris Spielman is telling a player something different than what the coaching staff is telling him, then that is a problem. But I'm not sure what in the hell a still photo or a quick video from a distance of Chris Spielman talking to a current player, I'm not sure how the hell you're supposed to infer that that's what's happened. Because you don't know. What was that conversation you had with Barnes? Do we know?
No, and I can't even find that evidence that it happened. Like what?
I have no doubt that he has talked with some of the players.
Yes.
It wouldn't surprise me in the least, particularly if he went and talked to a linebacker, given that Chris Spielman had a hell of a career as a linebacker in the NFL with this franchise. Now, I will admit, it would be a problem if he is giving conflicting advice from what the Lions coaching staff is. But that's maybe it is an issue if Aaron Glenn says, "Hey, we need to get Spielman out of here. And this is our team. We're the coaches on this staff." And maybe that's Lombardi's past experience is that he's seen things like that happen. Fair enough, but it seems like a kind of a weird attack, if you will, out of perhaps nowhere. But I guess it's going to beget more questions.
I, for the life of me, before the show, couldn't find a context of what's led to this.
Isn't Lombardi jumping to conclusions a little bit here?
Yes.
Like massive. What if he's just reiterating what Aaron Glenn said instead? What if he's just reinforcing what the defensive coordinators and
what if he's just giving, hey man, how did you handle it? What if Barnes is the one that went up to Spielman and said, hey, these are dog days, man. How am I going to get through this? He said, well, here's what I did.
What if Mark DeLeone, who's the Lions linebacker coach, talked to Chris Spielman about something they're trying to get Derek Barnes to do? Like, I'm not. Now, the one thing that's interesting, okay, is Lombardi saying no coach would think that's great. Is there could there be truth to that? That a coach and a position coach and a coordinator and a head coach doesn't want anybody other than the position coach's head coordinator and head coach talking to the players. That's the one thing that I'm wondering about.
Is there? I'm just trying to think if there's somebody that more personifies the team spirit than Chris Spielman that we could think of. Right? Like, do you think Chris Spielman's going to do anything intentionally or unintentionally that's going to
undermine the coaches?
Undermine the coaching staff?
Not a chance in hell.
I mean,
he'd be sabotaging himself, by the way.
Does Lombardi know what he's talking about? Does he know who he's talking about? Because I would love to be there. I mean, I wish I was at practice now with the cameras and microphones when, hey, get Chris Spielman now. We need to talk to Chris Spielman. I'm like, okay. Spielman comes out. I'd love to be there to see what his reaction is to this. Because I don't think it would be pretty. I think he would take he'd take major exception to this.
Didn't he take major exception to you once?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was completely.
Was he right?
No.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing, because we asked him on the when I was doing the morning show, and it was after a game against the Cincinnati Bengals in the 2005 season, and I think it actually may have been Rudy Johnson who scored a short touchdown run, and it looked on tape like the Lions players completely gave up on the play, like just.
When Rudy Johnson was with the Bengals,
right? And the Lions could not have cared less. They just go ahead and walk in, and I think it may have been after Mooch was fired. I'm not sure, but it was that season where Mooch got fired. And Spielman says, whoa. If anybody told me that they accused me of quitting, I'd punch him in the throat.
Because you implied to Spielman in an interview.
I didn't even imply. I said it. Well, I guess I implied. I said it looked like these guys quit out there. How does it, and knowing that Chris was a guy that would never do that, I'm like, how does that affect you? And then he went off on me, saying if anybody ever accused me of that, I'd hit him in the throat. And I'm like, well, hey, man, no one would ever, again, I actually said this in there, well, slow down. No one would ever accuse you of giving up on the play. I'm saying, to my eyes, that's what it looked like. What did it look like to you? But, no, I may have peed a little bit.
All right, Spielman, though, if he deems necessary, I'm sure we'll address this. There was one more thing from Michael Lombardi where he got very specific about where he thinks Spielman's presence hurt the Lions. He got very specific. We'll get to that today at 11:18. You will hear it. Hey, baseball returns to its roots tomorrow when New York plays Chicago, Yankees and White Sox in a cornfield in Iowa. Make the most out of this historic game with FanDuel Sportsbook $5 Field of Dingers. Just bet $25 on a same-game parlay with at least 3 legs to unlock a $5 bonus for every home run hit during the game. So you lock in your parlay, and you get to be a part of history on August 12th. So if you haven't tried FanDuel Sportsbook yet, new users can place your first bet risk-free. That's right. New users get up to $1,000 back in site credit if your first bet does not win. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and use the promo code Doug so they know that we sent you. That's promo code Doug. Must be 21 or older and present in Michigan. Minimum bet $25. Maximum bonus $35. First online real money wager for risk-free bet. Refund and bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit. Expires in 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problems, call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help.
hot summer market? Hi, this is Mark Z with EXP, and you could not have picked a better time of the year than right now to sell your home. While most sellers have given up, my clients are getting multiple offers. I'm not bragging, I'm applying for the job. Call me, Mark Z, at 844-SOLD-BY-Z and start packing.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But you cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get to where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL and do more with modern devices and Windows 10 Pro.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Because of my HFC experience, I am definitely more driven.
I want to have a good job and make money, but I want to like what I'm doing.
The advisors here actually helped me. I'm excited. I'm prepared.
I am
future driven.
We're all driven by something. Find your focus at hfcc.edu.
97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
This might spawn the direction for the Lions. This is Michael Lombardi from the GM Shuffle podcast.
It's reliably reported to me that Matt Campbell interviewed for that job, right? And Matt Campbell, the biggest concern Matt Campbell had about accepting that job was understanding what Spielman's role was. Not that he had anything against Spielman. Nobody does it. I don't.
An accusation that one of the reasons Matt Campbell, one of his concerns about taking this job is he didn't know Chris Spielman's role. What do you make of that?
I think if that's the reason that Matt Campbell chose not to take the job, I think it's ridiculous, it's foolish, and I don't believe it. Do I think that he had a question? Questioning somebody doesn't have to be concerned. Just could just be an honest question. Hey, what's Chris's role with this team? And then they can tell you, and you go, oh, okay. Yeah, I still don't want the job, but thank you. I'll wait for something else that I want to do.
The Lions could just let it go. They may not care, and that's probably the smart thing to do. I feel like there's the other thing that could happen is they come out and say, we got the guy we wanted. And Chris Spielman is just fine in his role with our organization. We have no problem. He's working in concert with coaches, with executives, and he is not, they might respond.
Well, I would hope that, for our sake, because now I'm curious about all this, just for my own selfish reasons, I would hope that the media that's out there has an opportunity to talk to Chris, or even ask, at the very least, ask Aaron Glenn if he has any issue with someone like Chris Spielman talking to his players. What's the relationship like? Do you encourage that? Things like that. Now that this guy brought it up, now I want to know. Where before I wouldn't have thought twice watching it on the field, but because this guy who's a former GM comes out and says it and is very critical about it, that now I'm curious, and now I'm pissed that I'm curious, because I don't know if this is just some guy who's out there with a strange take just for the sake of being loud and obnoxious or not. I don't know.
I suspect, like the Matt Campbell thing, hey, if somebody told you that, and reliable reporting, as he put it, that Matt Campbell, one of his problems was he didn't know Chris Spielman's role. I suspect, though, that Lombardi in his career was on the executive side. And I suspect that Lombardi saw instances where coaches didn't like anybody that was deemed an executive talking to players on the practice field. I suspect that's what's led to this. Is his experience, not to defend Michael Lombardi, out of all the things he had to say, that's the one that got me thinking. And that his experience in multiple organizations, coaches don't like executives talking to players on the field.
Now, does it matter because he's a former player? I wonder, because if, let's say, I know this isn't going to happen anytime soon, but let's say that Calvin Johnson shows up at Lions practice, okay?
Why wouldn't that happen?
Well, because we don't, but let's say Calvin's there. Or Herman Moore, okay? Herman Moore. Even better, because Herman, part of this, council as well, right? If Herman is talking with Quintez Cephas, they see him on the sideline talking with Quintez Cephas, is that a problem?
I wouldn't think so.
So why is it a problem with Chris Spielman? Because Chris Spielman has this not really well-defined role with the Lions in the front office?
Again, I can't imagine that this is a real issue. I can't imagine that this is even a story. Can you tell me, do the ticket texts reflect that the people don't care?
Yeah, everyone thinks Lombardi's overreacting for the most part.
Okay.
It's John Lynch is a former player. He's an exec now.
Right.
This happens out there. Are they just not supposed to talk to these guys on the field during practice? Is that his issue? Or Lombardi thinks that's an issue?
It is different, because with a great example of John Lynch, but is it different with him because he's the actual GM? I don't know. This is all just, it seems kind of weird.
Do you suspect that we will hear from the Lions?
No, I think what you said is probably true, that they're not going to comment on it. But I'd be curious to see if the media is going to press it at all. And hey, we try to reach out, and the Lions said no comment. I wonder if we'll even hear that.
Speaking of the media, Jacob Vrana right now talking to the media about his new contract with the Detroit Red Wings. I continue to be amazed with the work that Steve Yzerman has done. Not that he has hit a home run. I don't think he has hit a home run yet in any of his veteran acquisitions, but he has made 4 smart, low-cost, relatively low-cost acquisitions of young players with high ceilings. Jacob Vrana being one of them. Nedeljkovic, the goalie, being another. Robbie Fabry being a third. And Pierre Juice from the Blackhawks being a Suter. Juice. That's an old.
That's an old.
one.
Yeah, it's going back to the early 90s.
But
Suter,
the Suter from the Blackhawks being another. These are all guys that I think are all 24 or 25, all with tremendous upside, that all for various reasons were let go. And all of them I would have thought had a market for them, or they would have gotten more. But they ended up in Detroit on what I deem very affordable contracts. The only thing I can think of is that A, our GM is the smartest guy, or B, I've overvalued these young players. Both are possible.
I think we have a very astute general manager.
All right, coming up today at 12:20, Gators got a fun list. We do need to talk about what happened in the Tiger game last night that could reverberate here a little bit. It was not a good moment. We'll get to that at 11:34. 97.1 The Ticket.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill over AT&T. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it. Because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/7/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual savings may vary.
Napa know-how. Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil is just $18.99. It keeps your engine from breaking down without breaking the bank. Yep, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic for $18.99 is not just a great deal. It's the break you've been waiting for. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating locations does not include cyclical taxes or recycling fees. Advertised sales price may not be available in some states. Offer ends 8/31/21.
Have you experienced basement leaks? Water is more than annoying. It can cause damage to your home and foundation. It starts at your roofline and can collect around your home, causing a mess in your basement or crawl space. Call Foundation Systems of Michigan. We are experts in managing water around your home. From gutters to waterproofing solutions, we have a full line of products to put an end to your water problems for good.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late. And that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The thing about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. We probably don't even need the words the Name Your Price tool to tell you that our humpback whale pup gives you options based on your budget, or that our novelty hand buzzer helps you save on car insurance. And that's the thing about the tiny felt bag filled with marbles. At this point, you've heard a lot of ads about the elusive northern bobcat. The Name Your Price tool. The neighbor who baked you banana bread. Only from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
97.1 The Ticket wants to send you to see the Detroit Tigers take on the Blue Jays August 28th at Comerica Park. Text keyword glove to 20357 now for your chance to win. Text and data rates may apply. And remember, you can always get tickets to any Tigers game at tigers.com.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.